today is also a day where we celebrate ourselves. Today we're doing something very important. FarmLab is currently building an infrastructure that powers the distribution of animal health products across the country. We have a center in Abuja, we have in Lagos, we have in Ibadan, we have in Taraba. Fortunately for us, we'll be launching in Kano next month. So we launched the product 3 days ago in our partners meeting, where veterinarians across the country realized that access to capital is a big issue. And some young vets will want to quickly purchase vaccine, or their clients will ask them to also come with 1 bag of dog food, and they will not have the resources. So for everybody who has registered with FarmLab as a partner and you're a vet, and we can recognize you, you automatically have credit of 150,000 naira. Right. So you can pick up the product and you have 7 days. Very sharp person, you can pay us back in 24 hours. But just in case the client delays, you have up to 7 days to pay back the center. And I think it will help power young people across the country to have access to drugs and vaccine. Then today, which is about the big news, we want to collaborate with the Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association and set up a 60 million naira facility. 30 million naira will be grants to 30 vets, and another 30 million naira will be product loan, and the president of the association will be explaining. But today, we want to give young vets, if you're not yet up to 5 years post-graduation, an opportunity to start. And I'll give you a quick story. When I started my practice 13, 14 years ago, and I finished 2008, so I'm 16 years old. So it's still a very young doctor. I remember I went to a blessed memory, Dr. Mike, that I've gathered a small capital, 200,000 to bring a small 2-room apartment that I want to convert to a clinic. But I don't have the facility or the resources to fill them in with drugs and vaccines. And he gave me the support that fueled the Vetpreneurship that we're trying to introduce. He said, Femi, pick 5 drugs that you want, go and sell. Once you sell, return the capital. I did that for 6 months until I'm able to get my own capital to stop my own clinic, and I went back to thank him. So today, it's a monumental and a really very touching experience for some of us. And FarmLab is here to pick 10 vets for the next 3 years. Give them 1 million naira grant across the country. So you have money to rent and paint and buy a table as your clinic. And in all our distribution centers, you will have access to 1 million naira product loan. And then, of course, return hopefully within a month. The government vets are well fed. And one of them also acknowledged the CEO today. But I cannot be fat. And there's just one reason. If you notice all the private vets here, there's just few of us that has stomach. The struggle is real. And if we get support like this, then I think we can collectively move forward. So FarmLab is not doing this, we are just funding it and allowing NVMA to take the reins. Thank you.
Okay, so just to say a word or two, and then we'll sign, because it's actually something very serious. We've been discussing this for some time. I was going to say this at this point, but luckily the minister said it, that the private sector of this profession commands 80%. We went for a meeting, we were trying to do a workshop. I was giving a speech and I said we have 70% of our workforce coming from private veterinary. But by the time someone I don't want to mention carried out the study on the ground, he came back and said it's not 70, it's 80. It means I was close to it, but this is very true. And what am I about to say? Every profession is as strong as its private sector. If the private sector of any profession is not strong, that profession is not in there. So what we want to do is we want to build capacity. We want to build the private sector. What we are doing today with Farm Alert in collaboration, thanks to Femi, thanks to Friendship, thanks to Vision, we sat down, we discussed, and we are here today. This is the first of its kind. I'm in discussion with a whole lot of other persons. The focus, which is part of what we want to achieve in our tenure, is to build the private sector. Luckily or coincidentally, I'm from the private sector, so I know if any profession will be strong and solid, the private sector will be strong. 20% does not equal 100. Rather, 80 is close to 100, and this is the way I see it. So I want to say a very big thank you to Farm Alert for partnering with NVMA on this. How will this work? We're going to, from immediately after we sign, you will see flyer all over the place from NVMA. It will roll out the criteria. The vet you graduated the last 5 years, you are eligible. But what you are going to do is to produce a 5-10 minutes video. We don't want somebody writing something for you. You tell us where you are located, where is the gap you have identified in your locality as far as animal health is concerned, and what you want to do, and then you sell it to us in the video. We want to see you own the project. We want to see money passion. I want to give you money and then you say, sorry, I went into debt, but I didn't know what to do. No. You sell it, the NVMA in partnership with Farm Alert will sit down and do a selection very transparently, and then we'll select 10 veterinarians from the private sector, and each of them will get ₦1 million each, and then get 1 million in product worth. And next year will repeat the same, and the year after that. So across, it will be 30 veterinarians over the next 2 years, God keeping us.